You're giving a pretty high-profile speech tomorrow in Phoenix on immigration. I'd love for you to just preview what you plan to talk about.
Well, we have a tremendous crowd. This started off as a rather small group of people, about 500 or so in a ballroom, the Biltmore, and all of a sudden we started getting calls from the hotel. They don't know what they're going to do because it doesn't hold much more than that, and thousands of people were calling in from all over Arizona and all over Phoenix. They all wanted to be there. And it's turning out to be many thousands of people, and I think they just landed the convention center, which is a big convention center, and I hear that's now packed. So it looks like thousands and thousands of people are going to be there.
What's your message going to be for them? What's your message for them, the country, and really the world at this point going to be about immigration? What will your message be?
Well, that we have to stop illegal immigration. The country is being decimated by it. Tremendous amounts of problems are happening because of it. Tremendous numbers of people agree with me. I mean, you see what's happening with the polls. I guess another one just came out, The Economist, where it's number one, and we're having other ones coming out that's all saying number one. And this is one issue. I mean, I'm the biggest on trade. I'm the biggest on jobs, but this has become a very big issue, immigration and illegal immigration. And we're going to be talking about it at length. I'm going to be making a speech about it. And there are a lot of people that agree with what I'm saying. We have to stop it. Our country, we have no borders. We have no control. We have no, you look at the safety, you look at the people that are coming in my opinion, forced in by other governments. But in the one case, and I made it, I thought, very clear in my speech, because as you know, I have great relationships with the Mexican people. I have many Mexican people working for me. I deal with Mexicans. I sell apartments to Mexicans, apartments by many. And I will tell you, I have great respect for Mexico, but the problem is their country is smarter. Their leaders are a lot sharper, more cunning than our leaders, and it just is never going to stop. I mean, we're being outdealt by everybody, and what is happening and what I've been saying, and I think I've been very clear on it, but people don't understand it, is that the Mexican government is sending in people that they don't want, people that are criminals, people that they don't want to take care of for the next 20 years. They send them across the border. They bring them across the border. We put them in jails. We put them in hospitals. We take care of them. Some of these are rough customers, and you see that in San Francisco.
You've obviously...
We brought somebody back, Mark. We brought somebody back 5 times, and they kept pushing him back to us. And he ultimately killed Magnificent Kate, this incredible young woman.
You've obviously, I'm sorry. You talk a lot about this issue, and I know you've taken a lot of heat this week. Do you plan to say anything tomorrow that might be seen as by your critics as being something that's seeking reconciliation or accommodation, or do you plan to continue to say what you've been saying?
All I can do is talk the truth. I'm not a politician. I don't want to be a politician. I've dealt with politicians all my life. They're all talk. They're no action. Nothing ever gets done. You hear about these sanctuary cities. You hear about things that most people have never even heard of. You look at what happened in San Francisco. I hear all over Texas they have sanctuary cities, which I just found out 2 or 3 days ago. Nobody knew that. You hear things that are inconceivable. So this isn't a question about what I'm going to say. It's a question of finding an answer to it. And one of the things we have to do is we have to stop illegals from coming across the border. We have to get the criminal element that we have in this country. We have to get them out, and we have to get them out fast and bring them back to where they came from, whether it's Mexico or other places. And one of the things that's happening, and it's been reported on by Homeland Security and others, Mark, is that we have people coming in through the southern border from the Middle East. And that's not a good thing, because we don't know where they're coming from, and we don't know why they're coming.
Mr. Trump, you faced a lot of criticism, a lot of pressure in some ways this week. Have you made any mistakes this week in what you've said or haven't said in response to your critics?
Well, I actually think I've been so misquoted. When you read my speech, it's interesting, Mark, I got rave reviews on that speech, and you even said very good things about it. But I got rave reviews, and then 5 days later, people brought this subject up. And it started with Univision, which, frankly, is controlled by the Mexican government. And I actually think the Mexican government is more concerned with me. And, again, I respect Mexico, and I respect the people that run it. They're much smarter than our people. That's the problem. I mean, where I'm angry is that our leaders are so inept and our negotiators are so inept, whether it's the Iran deal, whether it's deals or trade deals with China, or whether it's dealing with Mexico on trade or the border. So we have a lot of problems. So if you look at my speech, when I announced that I was running for the presidency, and you go word for word into that speech, and people have done it, the fair people, and they said, wow, it's absolutely, I'm saying, it said, Mexico sends. That's what I'm saying. Mexico is sending.